Charlie Pryde here, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Pride of the Villages. So for those villagers that previously lived up north, in all likelihood, you in your home, you may have had a basement or a large attic, or maybe even both. I know when I grew up in Michigan, my parents' home, the basement was probably the size of the main floor of the house. So that's where everything got stored, whether it was temporarily or for those holiday decorations. They were there for 11 months out of the year. Well, here in the villages in Central Florida, we have neither basements or large attics. So typically what happens is your garage becomes the main storage location for the house. And that's what I'm going to be talking about on this video, is how to maximize your garage. I'm going to talk about 4 specific areas. One is the size of your garage. Number 2 is your floor of your garage. Number 3 is the garage access to the attic. And lastly, the shelving in your garage. First is the size of the garage. I'm going to narrow the scope to designer homes, as that is what I am familiar with. But there will be similarities, whether it's verandas, villas, or cottages. Designer home models come with a 2-car or a 2-car plus golf cart garage. There is no uniformity on the garages. There are many different sizes and shapes. So in designing a home or buying an inventory home or a pre-owned home, think about how you will fit those automobiles, golf carts or carts, motorcycles, bikes, kayaks, workbench, lay-down freezer, craft cabinet, lawn and garden tools, trash bin, pool supplies, and storage shelves. I've even seen some residents store small boats in their garage. And don't think that just because you got rid of a lot of the stuff up north that you will not acquire new toys in retirement. They say that the villagers move within the villages an average of 3 times, and I would guess that one of those reasons is that their initial home's garage was not the right size. Now, we bought a home site and picked the Woodside model. The Woodside has one of the largest garages in the designer series at 26 feet 9 inches in width and 21 feet 5 inches in length. I still felt that we needed a couple more feet for fitting a workbench and a lay-down freezer, so we stretched it during our design phase 2 feet to make it 23 feet 5 inches in length. So adjustments to the garage can be made if designing your own home. And I also noticed that many of the inventory homes shown online have larger garages than the standard design for that model. So size is the first thing to consider. Next, we'll talk about garage floors. It's not something that I had ever previously done as a homeowner, but I noticed that a lot of villagers have their garage floors painted and epoxy coated. It certainly looks nicer than plain concrete, hiding any imperfections, and being non-porous, it is moisture resistant and prevents mold buildup. Other advantages is what I found is cleanup of the dirt and yard debris is easier on an epoxy floor. And it increases visibility as more light reflects off the floor surface than it would on bare concrete. So this is something I wanted to get done and asked around for recommendations on who could do the work. And Tim Miller was the name I kept hearing. Tim of Miller's Home Services and his wife Becky, who does the scheduling. Tim is the contractor that I hired, but I'm sure there are others that also do garage floors, and I'm not going to tell you that the Millers are the only ones, but I was certainly pleased with the job that they did. Now, I can't tell you their current rates or scheduling timeline, other than that they do get booked up several months in advance. But as far as my cost at the time of the work done last June, my garage is 627 square feet. And the cost was $1,400, which came out to $2.23 a square foot. A couple items off the Tim sheets that I want to highlight, and that is there's 3 days of work required to be performed in a completely empty garage. Additional days need to be passed before the items can be placed on the floor and vehicles parked. I can say with experience that spilled items wipe up relatively easy off the epoxy. Obviously, things like battery acid you would want to clean up immediately. I do protect the floor from automobile fluids by using some old rugs that I brought from my house in Tampa, and I also utilize a mat underneath a golf cart. This one was provided by the golf cart store when you buy a golf cart from them. Moving on to gaining access to your attic for any storage. Access is through the roof of the garage. Fold up stairs from the garage floor to the attic does not come standard on new home purchases. This is the verbiage from the village's home use and care manual. So the statement that attic access is primarily for maintaining mechanical equipment and not for storage. So if you have no intention of ever accessing your attic, then I would say don't consider putting in fold-up stairs. However, if you do plan to periodically access your attic, then I would put in stairs. As far as possible attic storage space, on my home, the builder placed a 8-foot by 10-foot floor of 1/2 inch plywood. I have placed up here lightweight, heat-resistant items such as empty luggage and coolers, as my number one hobby is fishing, and I have several large coolers that take up space. You'll notice that the attic space over the garage is not insulated by the builder. I'll also say that I am not a very tall person, and I have a hard time standing up completely in my attic, so your overhead space in your attic is also going to be very limited. For the stairs installation, I also went with Miller's Home Services. Tim does not personally do the installation himself, but has another gentleman that does the work. The drop-down door is spring-loaded. The aluminum stairs are from Werner and rated for 375 pounds. Cost for installing the stairs was $335. The access panel installed was bare wood, so I did paint that white to match the ceiling. Finally, on to shelving. Most of the shelving I have was brought from my previous home in Tampa. Something to keep in mind when placing shelves or cabinets to ensure that you do not cover up your light switches, garage door openers, electrical outlets, your control panel for electrical breakers or panel for irrigation control. Also, if you have a brand new house, your tankless hot water heater is on the exterior of the home, but the control panel will be in the garage. You also want to make sure that you have access to the main shutoff valve for water coming into the home, which will be on the lower portion of the wall behind this white panel. Additionally, ensure that you maintain access to the doors to your HVAC unit. For additional storage room, you may want to consider installation of some overhead shelves. I bought these Safe Racks. Safe Racks is one of the industrial leaders for garage storage. You can purchase their products from Home Depot or in Lowe's or online from Amazon. I got a great deal from Costco online last year where I purchased 2 of these 4 by 8 foot racks for $239. These same racks are listed on Amazon right now for $509 for 2 or $269 for 1. Of course, there are other manufacturers of quality overhead storage, but Safe Racks are who I went with. Depending on how handy you are, you can opt to do your own installation. However, I didn't feel comfortable trying to line up the lag bolts supporting the brackets with the joists in the ceiling. Also making sure that I avoided the ceiling lights, garage door hardware, and access door to the attic. So I opted for the Safe Racks installation program at $129 a shelf. 2 gentlemen from Orlando came out and did a professional job on the installation. These 4x8 shelves are rated to hold 600 pounds. Shelves can be set at a depth of between 18 and 33 inches. The standard height of the garage ceilings in the wood side is 8 feet, so I had the shelf set at 21 inches, which allowed me to store these totes, and also have 6 foot 3 inches of overhead clearance. Additionally, the shelves came with an assortment of hooks to hang bikes, step stools, and etc. To wrap up this video, I covered 4 areas of the garage: the size, the floor, the access to the attic, and shelving. Hopefully this gives you some food for thought for new homeowners in the villages or prospective buyers. Also, these are just my opinions and my observation, and certainly other villagers will have theirs, and would love to hear those in the comments section of the video. So that's all for now, and we'll see you on the next video.